Go.
Mothers that got kids. Now, what can we do? We can't feed our kids. Let alone if we do have a job, again, what can we do? Because that was helping us.
Outrage and uncertainty, two things many Memphians who have depended on SNAP, like Cornisha, are feeling as the benefits are set to freeze. The Tennessee Department of Human Services confirmed this will be the case on their website if the government shutdown continues into November 1st. This means nearly 700,000 Tennesseans, roughly 152,000 living in Shelby County, will lose a food source many rely on to feed their families. And it's not just in Tennessee. Arkansas and Mississippi are also at risk of losing.
This woman name was Cornisha. Is this AI too? Let us know. Hell, here we are. This woman out here looking like the statue. Bonquisha, y'all did this to yourselves. If y'all would have cleaned y'all image up when the Godfather told y'all, when we told y'all, we've been yelling from the mountaintops, take the bonnets off in public, shame this stuff. Now AI got a hold of y'all. It's out of our hands.
There you go. Yeah, keep trying to discredit the madness on because of AI. AI only can spit out what it takes in. It can't make stuff up. Yeah. So take that into account. Look at her. Look at it. Bucking eyes.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, though. This could be real. We don't know.
Fuchsia
we caught in this world where we don't know. There was a movie about that recently. What movie was that? One of these big blockbuster movies where, the guy was trying to take the president and he was going to be, using AI to put out videos, making it seem like it's the president saying it, but he got him held captive the whole time. And he got a little AI bot saying stuff, acting like him, causing dismay, because people don't know. They're like, did the president really just say that? But this stuff is fake.
Listen, y'all. These preachers, they like the video clip we showed with the preacher with the Bentley in the back. I didn't know that was fake. There's little things you catch for AI now, like the responses, certain cadences. It's like you got to really pay attention. But if you are here we go. Let's go ahead and call it like a TI is. If you are the ages 60 and up, there ain't no difference. Shout out to my mother-in-law. Me and my wife sitting there laughing. The older folks like respect and love and all that, but y'all don't. Hey, I got y'all beat. I'll tell you that.
Huh. Here we go.
Start with the bullshit. We all know that this man has not done anything to make America great again. 1.4 million people in my state, North Carolina, relies on SNAP benefits. I don't think it's funny when I'm seeing videos of people who don't look like me brag about people losing benefits, knowing damn well that the majority of those people who rely on those benefits are people who look like them. There's not a damn thing funny about families losing SNAP benefits. They're not going to be able to feed their kids. What's funny about that? American kids didn't ask for this bullshit. Come November, 1.4 million here in North Carolina, again, will not receive SNAP benefits due to the government shutdown. And it's not just the government shutdown that's affecting SNAP benefits. It's Trump federal cuts as well. This is not what North Carolinians voted for. That's not what Trumpians voted for here in North Carolina 3 damn times. Better wake up because this shit is real out here. Americans will be starving because of the Republicans. That's just 1.4 million people here in North Carolina. I'm not talking about the country.
This is wicked. We talked about this yesterday. Y'all get so caught up on, Republican, Democrat, this, that. Like we tell y'all all the time, we are political atheists. I think that's people's biggest issue with us. Y'all want us to be on one of these sides. So at one moment we say something, people, oh yeah, it sound good. You on my side. Then we say something else, but oh no, you sound like this or you sound like that. No, we ain't on neither side. Where y'all need to be. Call it down the middle and tell the truth.
Shout out to Uncle Beans. He came to that realization last night during our panel. He said, I thought y'all was some conservative douchebags. I don't know why I thought that. Because you got triggered before you listened to our whole message. We ain't got no bias. We out here trying to figure things out too. We ain't trying to persuade y'all one way or another. We learning together. And what we learning is these sisters continue to use these children as child shields. Like we are in the era of F them kids. They say it, they about making shirts out of it. Now here's their number one cry. It ain't funny, folks losing food stamps. These kids didn't ask for this. We concur, sister. We concur they didn't ask for it. That's why we kept telling y'all, put yourself in position so y'all kids don't have to pay for y'all mistakes. Now y'all, well, the kids, what the kids gonna do? The kids gonna be all right, as Mr. X said. Y'all grown, y'all irresponsible grown folks who failed to plan for when Big Daddy government took the road from up under y'all. Y'all gonna suffer. That's life ain't fair. This is where you apply that saying.
Y'all better wake the hell up.
And let me tell you the truth, okay? I don't feel sorry for the mother that decide to have 4, 5, 6,
Amen.
7, 8 kids by different men and going through a struggle, okay? I don't feel sorry for them for the simple fact, after that second and third one, you should have learned from those kids' father, okay, to protect yourself. But instead, it's so many women that depends on the system to take care of them, okay? See, the thing about it is we can have all these children, but we don't prepare ourselves to take care of all these kids. And like I said, because of some of the choices that we make, that's why we get stuck and stagnated in life and we go through the struggle. If you ain't learned nothing after those 3 baby daddies, and then you decide to have 4, 5, 6, 7, listen, no. I don't feel sorry for you. Okay?
No, but the government just gave $20 billion to Argentina. So why give us our damn food stamps? They're giving everybody something. Shout out to Beans. Everybody come here for the free stuff. Don't stop now.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what y'all thought this was, man. This is not, what is it? Freedom ain't free. Liberty ain't free. Nothing free on US soil. Is run by banks. They don't give anything away for free. And I keep telling y'all better look it up. Useless eaters is what they call in a lot of us. Useless eaters. They got video clips of who is Mr. Microsoft, Bill Gates, up there talking about how we're overpopulated. And with vaccines and advancements in science, we can get the population number down. Have y'all not seen these videos? Do you not understand what they do to the poor and destitute? They get us out the way.
That part. So get up under instruction all 2025 and beyond.
Okay, because it's some mental stuff going on up in here, especially when that second, third, fourth baby daddy didn't take on the responsibility to take care of them kids, and you continue to have babies by everybody you lay with. It's something called protection. It's day after pills. It's plenty of stuff in this world nowadays to stop that, okay? But because we have irresponsible adults in this world, that's when you get caught up. So no, I never feel sorry for a woman who set up and lay up and have all them babies, knowing that it's responsibility, knowing that it's already people, but you decide to keep on having babies by all these sorry men. Check it out. I don't.
And there's the disconnect right there. I think people want people to be on their side. It's like we don't care one way or the other, Bonquisha, if you get the stamps or not. And now that you ain't getting the stamps, people can say whatever they want. Just like y'all was when y'all was getting them. When y'all was laughing and, oh, I'm eating good. Y'all broke. Y'all got to spend cash on food. It was all a joke. So it's still a joke. Ha ha.
There you go. I didn't even think about that angle, Mr. X. They're going right. Yeah, it's petty. And I told you so season. There you go. Have we forgotten the videos with the woman in the grocery store with her sons and daughters in there dancing and gyrating in the frozen food aisle, getting all of the dino nuggets and tater tots, laughing? EBT is free. Y'all got to work. Like Mr. X said, you was laughing now. Keep laughing. Y'all been beating y'all chest all this time, Jay Prince. Keep beating it. Yes. Yeah, no. Yeah, I didn't think about that. The poor and entitled have been poking fun at the working poor for quite some time. No, now the shoe is on the other foot, or as I like to say, the wabbits got the gun.
So that's the point where there is no compassion. If people think that the people are coming from a point of view of wanting them to get kicked off food stamps, We ain't that damn powerful. We ain't. We're journalists. We have no control over what they give y'all. You got to control your own destiny.
But one thing we was telling y'all that they can always take it. That's the problem. That's why they don't like this, Mr. X. For all this time, us working folks have been saying, hey, y'all know they can take that. No, they can't. Shout out to JP again. No, they can't. No, they won't. No, they can't. Shout out to my mama. No, they can't. No, they won't. What are we supposed to do now? Besides say, we told you so. Not about to say, oh, we didn't see this coming. We did. We told y'all.
I don't feel sorry for you at all. Game laced.
I'm just here to see if some of y'all MAGA voters have realized that y'all are not in the tax bracket that y'all thought y'all were. While a lot of y'all are worried about SNAP and EBT benefits being cut off as of November 1st, the Republican Speaker of the House is talking about families traveling for SEC football games this weekend.
In the middle of the height of the football season. This is peak travel time for the U.S. Hundreds of thousands of Americans are going to travel to football games this weekend, for example. And if the current trajectory continues, many Americans could miss watching their favorite teams and reconnecting with friends and family.
I don't want to speak too soon.
And this is it. What we are witnessing is the poor eating the poor. So we've been documenting this as well. Von Creature said, oh, y'all think only black. We talked about this last night. They are the majority on EBT. So her saying this is like, y'all act like only black people are being affected. It's a class thing. So when you see this white man up here, it come down to class. He don't care about snagging tooth Bob in the trailer park. As long as they vote for you, could vote for me. Other than that, I don't care about you. So this dude he don't collect food stamps. He ain't worried about it.
At all. That's what I've been trying to say. Again, shout out to my coaches and my father-in-law. Yeah, listen, I get it. Again, I got to keep saying that we come from the projects. We come from the gutter. But once you get out of poverty, a poverty mindset, having a poverty mindset and being poor is two different things. Like I said, poverty is a mindset. It's going to keep you poor. You can work out of being poor. But once you get out of that poverty mindset, you realize that yes, the game is rigged. Yes, we have been dealt some of the most wicked injustices ever laid upon any humans in history. Understood. Very same time, the game has changed nowadays. The hate and the racism is very, very, very indirect for the most part. It's not so much about black and white. It's about green. This is a hard try. I didn't want to hear it either. Trust me, whenever, the Cooties Night team was going around and everybody was enraged, I was that guy. I wasn't trying to hear that. No, but it's just true. It's about green. Trump and all of these politics, they don't care. As long as you got that green, you could be purple with antlers. They don't give a crap.
Maybe the shutdown was exactly what this country needed to prove to you guys that regardless of what the media would have you believe, the majority of SNAP recipients do not look like me. You're not going to be able to bite off your nose to spite your face with this one. This shutdown is not taking the food out of the mouths of a single illegal immigrant. Let me tell you who has an EBT card. Without getting too much into specifics, just know that food assistance program.
Hold on, you talking fast and you saying a lot.
This shutdown is not taking the food out of the mouths of a single illegal immigrant.
That's not true. That's what I'm saying. What are you talking about, Bonquisha?
Well, again, motive.
When these people were seen, these illegal immigrants were seen with EBT cards. They were leaving receipts on the ground. People were picking them up like, look, this dude got $10,000 of EBT. It's documented. They were getting it the most. That's why a lot of this stuff is going on. I won't say the most, but they were getting it and illegal, and they were getting some of these benefits.
Are they trying? What's her motive? Is she trying to convince her audience that it seems like not just her, a lot of folks trying to do this, trying to convince their audience that us melanated folks, people that look like her, are not going to be hurt that bad as much as the folks that aren't complaining? Is that what she trying to do? She like, y'all MAGA voters are kind of okay. So yeah, she like, y'all white folks, y'all gonna hurt more because y'all on the yes, they do take it, they do make up to most people that utilize the welfare. However, it appears via social media and what we are observing in real life, it appears that we depend on it the most. A lot of folks may utilize it.
The thing she's saying about the immigrants, don't let the government pull a 52 fake out. Their card might not look like y'all's. It might not say EBT on it or SNAP, but the funds are coming from the same place. Understand how this works.
I didn't think about that. For sure, right on, Mr. X. That's a for sure, right on. Yep.
Let me tell you who has an EBT card. Without getting too much into specifics, just know that food assistance programs are collaborative efforts between the federal government and the states. If you see an adult with an EBT or SNAP card, they fall into one of the scenarios that I'm about to talk about. In order to receive any sort of assistance from the federal government, you have to, number one, have legal status in this country. Number two, you cannot be an able-bodied adult. Able-bodied adults can live up under a bridge for all this country cares. You will not qualify for a single assistance. There is a program in some states called temporary food assistance where you've fallen on hard times. There's a temporary financial hardship.
And who are the able-bodied adults? You're talking about men. You ain't talking about women. All right, because all y'all got to do is pop a baby out and you are instantly not able-bodied anymore. That's
And she keeps stressing that these illegal immigrants ain't getting food stamps. Again, y'all not doing enough research to speak on these things. That's not true. For a while, the immigrants were given some kind of citizenship, like emergency citizenship, so they could vote and receive these stamps. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand why they were shipped here. They were shipped for votes, and it didn't work. A lot of these immigrants were shipped here to get Democratic votes, and it didn't work. So now the Republicans like, y'all got to go now. And I believe even if the Democrats got in, they still would have just shunned them once they got the vote. Wicked, man. It's wicked.
So here we go. Bonquisha.
That prevents you from putting food on your table for a temporary period of time. Think unemployment. They have a disability. I know they've told you that this is a low-income food program, but to be honest with you, this country does not care about low-income people. If you are an able-bodied adult, this country says make more money. A lot of illnesses and disabilities are invisible to the eye. So you could be in the grocery store with someone who pulls out an EBT card and you judge them as being able-bodied, but they have a disability that you have no idea about. An adult might have an EBT card if they are the primary caregiver for vulnerable children who without assistance would not be able to eat through no fault of their own.
Well, we say, and some of these disabilities can be mental, not physical. We ain't talking about people in wheelchairs, respectfully. Y'all need to stop. These are people that can go somewhere and say they got anxiety or whatever. They can grant it. And shout out to Beans. What do you say about people lying? What percentage of these people are lying about their not being able-bodied? Come on now.
I know our lived experiences don't matter, but my lived experience is a lot. Shout out to my mama. Like, yeah, I've seen folks practice going to the doctors to get a check. They go and act like they unhinged to some degree. And yes, they would do it. They'll be like, all right, you got anxiety, a little bipolar, schizo, tipso. Here's a little prescription they don't need. They're gonna go sell them pills and they're gonna go get their welfare and ride off into the daggone sunset. But no, I know it's not a big enough number. I get it.
They didn't ask to be here, but since they're here, they have to eat. The last group of people that you may see with a SNAP or an EBT card are people that may have misrepresented that they meet the requirements for the program that they receive benefits from. By all estimates, this is a very small group of people. But in order to go after this very small group of people, MAGA would lead you to believe that all of the reforms that they are making to the program are justified. And because of that, nobody should receive any benefits.
Well, listen here. Like you say, majority white folks on it. We're going to find out. Hold on. They might come out with like whites only food stamps. Stay tuned. They're going to have whites only EBT. They say, hold on, the first go come. And y'all going to still see white folks swiping these whites only. Whites only. Man. Yeah. That'd be devastating.
Y'all bet not. Y'all bet not do that. Come on now. One for all for one, my Viking and Caucasian brothers and sisters. If they go ahead and give y'all them cars, y'all need not accept them. Yeah, ride with us now. Like, no. Tell us, say no government unless we all get them. We ain't taking them. There you go. Unity, right? We all are American. Yeah, until the food stamps get dropped. White solely pies coming back.
So I guess that means some of y'all are about to realize that racism is a price you cannot afford to pay.
Child, here's the thing. I think as consumers, as people, as the American people, the game is all messed up. Y'all have the wrong mindset regarding these food stamps and benefits and whatnot. So the government that has taken our Social Security involuntarily, because nobody ever volunteered to say, oh, take this amount out of my check, you hold it because you can do better than I can do with it. And then when I retire, I'm going to depend on you, believe that you will pay me back for my Social Security. That same government has announced that, oh, well, we don't know if we're going to be able to pay you the money that we promised, the money that we involuntarily took, did any type of trade deals, market deals, whatever, we did with the money, including giving money to other countries or what have you. We don't know if we're going to have that as soon as the next maybe 10 years. We don't know if we're going to have that. So you've worked all your life and depended on us to keep this money for you. We've told you that we was going to keep it and pay it out, but we don't know if we're going to be able to give it to you. And if we do give it to you, maybe we're not going to give it to you like we said we was going to give it to you before. And we want you to be okay with that. In the meantime, we did have this SNAP benefit program. And, we selected different people based on their criteria and gave them a certain amount of money. But now, I don't think that we're going to give y'all that either. The game is messed up. Because if I was able to qualify, which I don't even know why we got to qualify for food. Food is essential. Y'all still want us to be working like slaves, because that's what we are, to keep this.
Here we go. You won't. You don't have to. You have to qualify for a food stamp card. You don't have to qualify for food in America. There are food pantries. There are food, giveaways at these churches. They have the lines in the cars. They will hand you a bag. You don't even have to get out the car. They will tell you to pop the trunk. We will put the bags in your trunk. So you don't have to pay for that. But you know what's in those bags? Cornflakes, raisins, stale bread, oats and stuff y'all don't want. Spam. It ain't gonna be no crab legs and Delmonico steaks.
There you go. Not even name brand Pop-Tarts. What y'all get? Toastums. Yes. Pre-stale Pop-Tarts. And you're right, sister. The game is messed up. It's rigged. But that goes for anybody, man. We are not exempt. It again, color don't matter. When it comes to business, politics, anybody can get it. One of the saddest stories I ever heard, pretty sad. I worked at a Caterpillar, and his old timer was there. We got to know each other, and he got to tell me about his life. And he said one day he was like, I ain't even supposed to be here. I said, what you mean? He said, I retired. I said, what you doing here? Welding and sweeping floors, all dirty and stuff. He said, the company I worked for, where I earned my pension, they went bankrupt. This man retired, bought himself a mobile home and a Corvette. Him and his wife was going to travel the country. Wholesome, beautiful dream. Who can be mad at that? But the company went bankrupt and they gave him the finger. They said, and so they had to go get a job. Whole life. Whole daggone life. You work and you grind and you build up this picture. You say, me and my wife, we going to go do something wholesome. And they say, no, you're not. No, you're not. Go back to work at 65. Dream deferred. It ain't just anybody can get it. We all got to be careful, man.
Whole meal going. We're working in this system. Y'all are raising the prices of everything. And then you tell us that we're not going to be able to qualify for certain things that should be essential anyway. We should be able to get. So y'all are upset at these people who are getting SNAP benefits and saying, oh, but they don't deserve it. They should be working all of these jobs. Y'all know that over 350,000 just black women alone got laid off or fired from their jobs as of this year, in this year. So all of those people now have to find other jobs. So, and it ain't like the job market is booming, regardless of what they tell you. But anyway, let's get back to it. So if it were me, I wouldn't be ashamed of getting SNAP benefits. Hell yeah, give me my benefits. I will get every single thing that was offered. Every single thing. Because again, you've worked all your life. Like I've worked since I was 14 years old. I've had a job. I mean, I ain't in corporate America anymore, but I have worked and I have contributed my income to taxes in some form since I was 14 years old. So you mean to tell me I'm 52? You mean to tell me in the next few years, I can pretty much guarantee that there's not going to be any Social Security left? Oh, well, you should have been investing your money. I am investing my money. But the point is that all the money that y'all taken in Social Security and y'all done all of this stuff with, now I may not be able to get it. That's what was promised to me. So while y'all around here talking about these people, oh, you should have been doing this and you shouldn't be dependent on the system. But the system depends on us. It depends on us to work. and provide this money that they can take involuntarily and do whatever they want to do with it. And that's one of the reasons why they say Social Security might not be available, because people aren't working at the rate that they used to work. So they're not able to steal our money like they used to be able to steal it. I don't know, child. Just something to think about. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Have that you deserve.
Here we go. It's a lot going on. You know, it's a lot of unfortunate times. We need to eat less. We might be getting back to some wicked times, you know, Great Depression. People was taking the money out the banks and hiding it in the house and stuff. Don't know.
There you go. It's, again, we become soft. I was just watching a video earlier today where this old war veteran was talking about, I think it was the Great Depression. And he was talking about how, you know, when he was a kid and, you know, food was scarce. And he said food was scarce. And it got so scarce that him and his dad went outside and tried to hunt for deer. And his dad wasn't no hunt man. He said he ain't have no gun, no nothing. They was out in the times got so desperate. A man and his son went out into the woods with sharp sticks and no hunting. Now it's like, we got to do something because help ain't coming. Can we deal with that today? Can we deal with that level of desperation today where you got to go scrounge up some money to buy a bow and arrow and catch some rabbits in your backyard?
So one comment that I'm seeing from a lot of people in regards to this upcoming SNAP benefits disruption in November due to the federal shutdown is, well, this won't be a big deal because all of the food pantries and local agencies and local governments can step up and make up the difference. And that's really not going to be the case. And that's because I think people are not really appreciating the scale of this. Food pantries, local agencies, local governments can certainly help, and that's what we're going to be doing at Portage Township, but the sheer scale of this is probably being underestimated by people. So here's the math. So in St. Joseph County alone, there's 30,000 individuals who rely on SNAP benefits to put food on the table. The average monthly benefit is $200 per person. That means that SNAP is bringing in roughly $6 million in food assistance to our community every single month. That's $1.5 million per week in food purchasing power, right? That's a lot of money. So even the largest food pantries in our area operate on budgets that are just a fraction of that size. In fact, even Portage Township, aside from our fire department budget, $1.5 million is about our annual budget. And so $6 million 1 month, that's 4 times our entire annual budget. These food pantries, local nonprofits, they really rely on donations, volunteers, and have limited infrastructure. So in order to replace $6 million in food assistance, we would need a massive and immediate increase.
And immediate increase, somebody told us earlier, there's a $500 million decrease in these spending for aid. Don't know how true it is, but bottom line, like he's saying, there's not enough money. I told y'all this the other day. We showed the food pantry. I say that line will be long. Only the people up front will be served. People will be waiting for hours and probably get nothing but a box of raisins or something. We don't know. It just won't be enough after a while.
Gonna get bad. Bonquisha not gonna accept that. This is why we keep harping on the poor and entitled. You see what I'm saying? I got enough sense. If I pull up and they say, "Hey, Mr. Wall, all we got is raisins for the rest of y'all," and then you got to eat that literally and figuratively. But Bonquisha sitting there with 4 kids, it's over. She getting out the car, she causing a ruckus, she flipping over tables. She ain't taking no box of raisins, a couple oranges, some apples. No, it's gonna be chaos and mayhem. Y'all saying by day 3? Hope not, man. We just hope not, but again, we're hoping.
In food donations, funding, and distribution capacity, and that's probably not going to be realistic. So we have amazing food pantries, amazing local nonprofits. They do great work. They're vital to our community. They're just never going to be able to completely replace federal nutrition programs because they're simply not designed to do that. They're a safety net, not a substitute. So when we talk about SNAP, the disruption of SNAP being a policy issue, it's also a community-wide crisis. Families are going to lose access to food. Local economies are going to lose spending, going to lose money, and support systems are just going to be completely overwhelmed. So it's really critical to understand the scale of this issue so that we can push for federal action. We need to protect SNAP, not just for individuals who rely on it, but for the health and stability of an entire community.
And that's something else we hit on, about the whole economy behind it. So obviously Black people are not the majority on SNAP, but regardless of the facts, there's a lot of money in that system and it goes into our economy. Bottom line, like he said, $6 million a month goes into his, county or whatever city, wherever he at. And you start multiplying that all over the country. We are talking about a lot of money, a lot of mom and pop stores out of business, right? Walmart going to be all right. Amazon going to be all right. They're going to lose some money, but they're going to make it. But all these little mom and pops, your neighborhood stores that take EBT, they done. They can't even, a month or two, it's over. Because most of them stores in the hood, they take EBT. And most of their customers, most people ain't spending cash unless they buying blunts or something. Most of that is EBT.
Yeah, it's going. Here we go, y'all. A lot of y'all don't like the Arab and their stores in the hood, right? Y'all got something to say? Guess what? They either gonna put freaking cages and plywood on the windows, or they about to get looted. Yeah, in the hood be one of the first places I can imagine. It's unfortunate. Yeah, maybe a little bit of unrighteous justice, huh?
Overwhelmed. So it's really critical to understand the scale of this issue so that we can push for federal action. We need to protect SNAP, not just for individuals who rely on it, but for the health and stability of an entire community.
Let me tell y'all something. Those that's talking about going out there making them videos, talking about y'all gonna rob them people's stores because they done cut them SNAP benefits. Let me tell you something. You go out there, you gonna give them folks every legal right to bop you across your head. Baby, they're going to be justified in bopping you across your head. You better learn how to cook some quick, cheap, easy meals. You can take some tuna, some cream of mushroom, a peas, and throw some noodles in it. You want to get fancy, crumble some crackers on the top. You got tuna casserole. You can take you some beans. I don't care if it's black bean, pinto beans. If you don't know how to make them homemade, you can buy them in a can from the Dollar Tree with some rice, baby, and you got beans and rice. Get you some cornmeal, honey, a little bit of oil, make some hot skillet cornbread. And you can take some peanut butter with some jelly and make a sandwich, grilled cheese with some bread, honey, and get your tomato soup. You got a meal and sit down somewhere. Don't go out in them streets because they're going to bop y'all in the head. Don't do it.
Shout out to Auntie. Auntie brought it out. I know Mr. Walker proud of Auntie. What kind of meal she say?
Baby, they're going to be just. You can take you some beans. I don't care if it's black bean, pinto beans.
Yeah, she said beans. She said something about tuna, casserole, and
yeah, she said get the tuna out the can, get the cream of mushroom, sprinkle a little cracker, a little green bean. Auntie giving y'all the poverty sauce, my baby. Right on, sister. She said get you a grilled cheese, little cheap bread, little bit of cheap cheese, some cheap Campbell's tomato soup. Kid come home on a cold winter's night, get that works. A little Kool-Aid, a little water, drink some water. There you go. That works. Glory to Nana. She know. She an OG. Salute to her.
That part. Here we go. And y'all seen after her, my girl come on the screen. This woman here, where she at?
No.
Yes. Here we go.
Food stamps, no problem. Let me show you how you could come in the store and get a few things that can take you, baby. And you can make something out of nothing. Come on, let me show you. See, you have some lunch meat right here, which is $1.75. You have some salmon.
Stop. Hold on. That ain't lunch meat. That's spam. Not lunch meat. No, you gotta put some respect. Lunch meat, cold cuts. These are not cold. Oh, she called luncheon meat.
No, she said lunch meat. No, she said lunch meat, but it's luncheon.
Lunch meat, but what is this? This is spam, right?
It's spam. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like somebody else done made their own brand.
Exactly. Luncheon meat. Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Is that what spam is called?
No, it's spam. That's just a generic. That's just generic.
Luncheon meat.
Luncheon meat.
We don't know what's in there. That could be humans. We don't know.
Yeah, facts. but calorics, about the calorics, and she on to something. A little bit of luncheon meat, fry that up. There you go. She on it. This is what it is. Well, what was on the bottom there? She said luncheon meat. Yeah.
$1.75.
Tuna.
You have some salmon right here for $2.99. You have all different kinds of beans.
Amen.
Very inexpensive. Don't tell me that you can't make something out of nothing. See, all of this stuff, get it. You need it. Get it.
I was in the store today. I was walking down the aisles. I seen the noodles. Just checking. I looked at the one aisle with the spam, potted meat, sardines. Look, all this stuff is by each other. tuna, like all this. It's like you don't have to go in many sections. So here we are. The thing is with this, Bonquisha now got to cook. That requires effort. So it's still an obstacle. If she can't just pop it in the microwave for 3 minutes, good luck.
Listen here. Shout out them salmon croquettes be busting, baby. You do them right. Got to put that hood twang on them. But shoot, little tuna fish, canned tuna fish, little relish, little mayo, little pepper, little salt. And if you feeling fancy, chop up a little bit of celery, give it like a little crunch. You know, I don't know if y'all throw a little onion, and there we go. You ain't got to cook that. You just mixing that. Shoot, I can make that. Might make some.
Still effort. After you're talking about chopping vegetables and cooking and stirring and squeezing lemons, Bonquisha ain't doing that.
Man, big old tuna fish sandwich like that on the white bread, a glass of Kool-Aid, y'all on the styrofoam plate with a little bit of chips on the side. That is one of the best days in the summer in the hood. Got my sandwich, my chips, my Kool-Aid. That's hood heaven, baby.
You see this right here? 58 cents. See? 58 cents. Get it. Baby, even stock up on you some noodles. Stock up on them. Make sure you got you some grits. Make sure you got you some grits. Look at all of the beans. 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 Get them. See this big bag of rice? Get you a few of those. Get it. The bologna, go and get you some, baby, and throw it in the freezer. This pack of chicken legs right here is $5.40. These chicken thighs are $8.65. You can make more than one meal out of these.
I know about the chicken Bonquisha. You, like you said, this is as good as it gets as far as meat. Maybe some bologna.
Yeah, because everything you need to be extremely shelf stable. You cannot afford fresh meats. Put them, even the drumsticks. Drumsticks is the cheapest of the chicken cuts. Put it down. Yeah, because look, how much that was like $8 for them. How many cans? This how you gotta think about it. How many cans of tuna fish? How many pounds of canned tuna fish can you get for the price of them drumsticks? And like Mr. X said, that tuna fish, it's already pre-cooked. You got to really cook that chicken and you got to season it. But thank you, you ain't about to do that. The bologna at best, maybe bologna when you do a little tricking, but everything else, canned meats.
Y'all, oh my goodness! Also, I've been seeing online about the SNAP benefits, and that is so crazy. Like, it's just so unfortunate because there are families out there that really do need it. But it's also crazy because it seems like, well, just in my experience, the family and the people that really do need it are the people that have the hardest time getting it. So I told y'all I have a special needs sister, and I remember, we had a friend, and it was a single lady, and she was like, yeah, y'all need to apply for this and that. Y'all need to be getting these benefits. And so my mom was like, I just don't feel like dealing with all of that. Yeah, we could definitely use it, but I mean, I'm okay over here, this and that. But finally, she was like, okay, let me try to get a little bit of help over here, because they had cut back some stuff on her check. So we went through all the paperwork and applied, and they gave her $10. Meanwhile, the single lady who was telling us about it was getting $400 a month. Yeah. Then my mom had...
Holy hell. So this is Ronnie from Players Club. She ain't got nothing better to do but to weigh in on the food stamp crisis. And she talked about she took somebody down there to help them out, and they did all the work, and it came back and said, you qualify for $10. That's normally how it go. If you ain't grandfathered into the system or got a bunch of kids down bad, that's normally how it's gonna go. If you walk in here especially with no kids, you either gonna get nothing or they gonna insult you by saying $10 a month.
There you go. And we'll do that. As a matter of fact, Miss X, I think you just unwrapped the memory. I think that's what they did to me. Yeah, they didn't cut mine off completely. That's a fact. Why you do that? Yeah, they did that. They said, yeah, you qualify for like $12. I think I got a little unruly.
As an elderly friend who can barely afford to pay her rent, it's just not enough. She's over there, and one day we were talking, and she was like, yeah, I'm eating beans and macaroni And I was thinking, oh, maybe that's because that's what she likes. That's what she wants to eat. Beans and macaroni. She was like, no, because that's what I have. And I felt so bad. And I was like, you can't get benefits. She was like, I have been on the waiting list and this and that. And just, they make it so hard for people. It seems that really need it. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. But I do remember my grandmother used to say, she said, the same man that you allow to feed you is the same man that you can allow to starve you. So I hope that we will band together.
Yeah, somebody said that last night on the show, I think. Two things is true, I guess, the government. So, and that's just so toxic. Your grandma told you that. She come from that Mr. Yeah, that color purple. That was some color purple nonsense right there.
It definitely was. The same man to feed you gonna starve you. That's Mr. Don't even know where that came out of left freaking field. I can't stand this woman. Yeah, y'all talking about her boobies. She on my nerves. She don't really have a coherent thought. She up here. What's her name? Ronnie. She is like the poster woman for I ain't got to be alone because of social media. She is that crazy woman yelling outside her window. She look like she's looking out her window. If she don't have social media and her weird boyfriend or husband, whatever deal going on. Yeah, without social media, she just in there talking to herself, keep calling the same friends over and over again. Like, this crazy Ronnie. She still thinks she famous, girl. I always want to talk. Ain't nobody try to listen to Ronnie.
As a community and help out because that's what I have tried to do in those instances when I learned that people didn't have it that were in my community and friends of mine. I would be like, okay, let me try to see what I could do. But it's messed up. And we not gonna spend our money on this Thanksgiving and all this stuff because now I'm not doing it. I'm gonna spend, because really for me it's about spending time with family. It's never been, ooh, Jesus, see how we did that? That gave up too. That's not my benefit. Thank you for listening. Good morning, guys.
What is she doing? She just be up here thirst trapping. Ronnie, you know what? She got a bleeding heart. She wants to know how she can help the cause. You need to go down to the homeless shelter and start breastfeeding. Go to the halfway houses and homeless shelter. There's a bunch of men. All right. You can start breastfeeding.
There you go. Yeah, let's acknowledge some history, huh? Melanated sisters booby feed the world, my baby. And yeah, that's a wicked fact. A lot of our oppressors are healthy and strong because of our melanated sisters' breast milk. Facts, god dang it. Put them away, Ronnie. Look at her. She got her arm. Look, it's terrible. I ain't mad at her. I don't hate the players. I hate the game. And I hate you simps that give her this ego. After every last one of her little displays like this, I guarantee she runs straight to her comments and see heart eyes, kissy face, smoochy face. Stop.
And it's wicked. And at this moment, Ronnie done earned all these EBT queens a first-class ticket to Glaze Galaxy. Hey, y'all with Ronnie. She gonna get y'all in VIP.
There you go. Flash them headlights. Come on then, get yourself something cool to drink.
We got us the gun line.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
We may not know which way to go. Oh Lord, see, this shit is gonna be dangerous. Some dark-winged duck shit. Let's get dangerous. I play the fool for the fool. Everybody plays the fool sometime. And no exception to the rule. Listen, baby, you hear me? I played the fool for a fool.